Yeah, we here. You know what I mean? And I want to speak on this, man, because this Bobby Shmurda video comes out of Bobby having fun with these white chicks, man. Yeah, y'all know Bobby, man. He like having fun, man. You feel me? So Bobby um posts a video with a white girl, two white girls in the bed with him or whatever. And I see people like trying to like, kind of like clown him and shit. And I'm like, when everybody else get their little white chicks, nobody got a problem. But when Bobby Shmurda do it, everyone on their bullshit. So I'm like, nah, I ain't going for that right there. Y'all ain't about to hit me with the motherfucking banana in the tailpipe. You feel me? Like at the end of the day, Bobby Shmurda, the only reason why he go through all the shit that he go through is because he's dark skinned. And what do I mean by that? Not he's black, he's dark skinned. What do I mean by that? I mean, when you're dark skinned in this rap game, you are always gonna be on the it's always gonna be an uphill battle. All the time. As you can see with Meek Mill, when he went against Drake. Meek Mill, you know, he made his mistakes. I ain't gonna lie, as we all do. But how people constantly badgering Meek Mill and shit like that is really uncalled for. It's very uncalled for. But it's done because he's dark skinned. And that colorism, that colorism in hip hop truly, truly needs to be addressed. You know, I see I see it happen so much, and nobody really speaks on it. So let's look at this video real quick. Back for you. I ain't trying to get no copyrights and all. So Bobby smoking two little snow bunnies, and these people not gonna learn. Then he just do 7 years. Those are men with wigs. They use white girls like they some type of accessory. We got Jack Harlow. They could keep Bobby respectfully. There, look at that. Look at that. A little bad wench. Ready. Look. Mm, mm. Look at her. Look at her. Look at her. Like, these are the type of people. These are the type of people that have self-hate. They dark in themselves, but they sit here and run to the white man all day. You want to see what people like her do? I'm gonna show you what people like her do. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you what people like her do. See, because I know these. I know them all so well. I know them all so well. This is what people like her do, right here.
No more. Oh. This one you don't care no more. Oh. Okay. All right, girl. Okay. Look. All right. Look.
See that, right?
This one you don't care no more. Oh. Okay. All right, girl. Okay. Look. All right. Look. This one you don't care no more. Oh. Okay.
Decent.
All right, girl. Okay. Look. All right. Look.
Like.
This one you don't care no more. Oh. Okay. All right, girl.
Yeah.
Okay. Look. All right.
We're gonna slow it down because if you peep, she looked to the side and she seen the white people, and that's when she got crazy.
Look.
Look, she walking.
This
Look
one
to the
you
side. Look. She see. White folks, and bust that bitch open. Look at that.
Yeah, no more.
She started busting it. I know what I gotta do for white zaddy.
All right, girl.
I know I gotta do for white zaddy.
All right.
I know I got a little white zaddy. No.
Look.
No, that's why I got these. No,
This
that's why I
one you
got these little white skin thong on. Like I stated, it's truly sad that black women go on vacation and let their kids become CP and the mothers become sex objects. Talk about it. But ain't nobody gonna really talk about it, you feel me? Because things ain't built like that. But, only reason why they show Bernice Burgos love is because she's Dominican. She's Spanish. So the same people that keep 6ix9ine career afloat is what keeps Bernice afloat. But people like Bobby Shmurda, unfortunately, he's a black man. Now he's a Caribbean black man, so a lot of the Caribbeans are probably keeping his career afloat. You know what I mean? But you constantly see people trying to come at him. The only person that defends him is like academics, Caribbeans and shit like that. People like me. People from New York. It's like, why? Why do people always come for Bobby Shmurda? When this man is just living his best life. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing is living his best life. Why are people coming for Bobby Shmurda? I will never understand this shit, man. I would never understand this shit, but guess what? This is colorism in hip-hop, man. And in hip-hop, unfortunately, we have this thing where, a lot of the programming, a lot of the racist programming, and the self-hating rhetoric has seeped into hip-hop. And how it seeped into hip-hop? It seeped into hip-hop during this new generation, right? You always have this generation of young hip-hop people coming into the game, coming to the situation, coming into this field. And, in school, in high school, it's usually a diverse cast, right? You have all these these white kids who pretend to be black, and The Latin kids trying to assimilate and shit like that. Everybody just trying to, kind of go along, get along and shit like that. And black culture is pop culture, so that's what's prevalent in school, right? But when you come out of school, right, and you go and work on the workforce and you actually, go into the real world, you realize it's nothing like that because everybody goes into their own little tribes and their own little groups. So in the black community, right, um, in the last 20, 30 years, we had like a big migration of immigrants who kind of stampeded into black culture, right? But the problem is that they brought along a lot of their culture as well, and a lot of their culture is based in colorism. You know, the lighter the shade, the better the life type of shit, right? As we could see in Africa, South Africa, when where apartheid, may kind of be over, but the racism and the bigotry is still rampant. You know what I mean? They done turned the mulatto class of Africa into the buffer class over there. How like the Latin class is almost a buffer class in America. For so-called black people, foundational black Americans and stuff like that. And which is why we are fighting tirelessly, right? To put our mission statement in the proper context and the proper light. You know. Um, in hip hop, it's supposed to be a black man's sport. It's supposed to be a field run by black people. This should be our NBA. I don't understand why there is so much white oversight in hip hop. And that white oversight, you know, it leads it leads to it leads to a lot of misdirection. It leads to our people using their sphere of influence and guiding people to hell. But, not to digress off the topic, why is it that, you know, um, the dark skinned rappers, especially coming from the East Coast or something like that, or like affiliate themselves heavily with East Coast royalty, right? So Meek Mill is heavily ingratiated with Harlem. We know that's where like Meek Mill get that style, that slang from. We know Philly and New York, that's like a train ride away. Like I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. Philly is more of a Brooklyn to New York than Brooklyn is to New York, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Because Brooklyn is Brooklyn. You get what I'm trying to say? Like Brooklyn ain't really a borough. That shit's like its own city. We got to be real. That's why they had to get their own team. Like Brooklyn, yes, in the but that shit is its own city. Brooklyn is its own world, and that's much respect to that. You feel me? They carved out their own niche. I like the Bronx. We big, but we not like Brooklyn. And when I say big, I don't mean geographically. I mean just spiritually, influence wise, the whole nine. Like Brooklyn carved out their niche. You get what I'm trying to say? So that shit's like a city. It's like a nation state within a state. Understand? So, you know, when you look at hip hop and you look at, you know, how it's supposed to be a black man sport, how it's supposed to be, what we own, what we do, we start realizing, okay, how not only where did it go wrong, but how do we get it back? Right? So you start saying we could utilize technology to get it back. And utilizing technology to get it back, we are gonna have to call out what's really, really, really whack. And I don't mean just whack musical content. I mean whack behavior that has people coming at this young black man. Now, I know he might not be FBA or whatever the case may be, but he is B1. You get what I'm trying to say? And that's all I be about. Listen, you don't gotta be FBA. We all ain't gonna be FBA. A lot of us anchor babes, whatever, it is what it is. You feel me? All my Jamaicans and Africans and shit like that, y'all like to get it out the mud anyway. Y'all don't want no reparations. You feel me? So you could push that to the side and you could still just be B1. You know what I'm saying? Take up that racism shit and all that other shit with your parents. But what y'all do is, y'all so fucking scared of y'all parents, y'all scared of the real, racist, prejudice, stereotypical people in your life that's pushing those ideologies in your head, and y'all come up on the internet and y'all want to battle us. And y'all want to take out your energy on us. And we just trying to change the world for the better. No, you gotta take that up with them. The same way I take up this colorism shit with hip hop. You feel me? Because this being the first video, the first post, whatever, is gonna spark a conversation. Someone is gonna pick up on this and say, you know what, this man's telling the truth. Let me dig into this and write an article on why people don't like Meek Mill. What that man did? Oh, he bunny hopped for some white people. He's trying to change his life. These are the same people that when they're in jail, you people love them. This is why I chose Bobby Shmurda and Meek Mill. Because both of these men, y'all loved when they was in jail. And as soon as they come home and try to change their life, now they the corniest of the cornies. But I bet you if they was out here shooting and killing shit, you know what I'm saying? But that's not black people that's promoting and pushing them to go back to being these killers. No. That's the suburban boys. That's the immigrants who assimilate and participate in hip hop on a casual level, right? Because hip hop is also a language in America, and if you speak hip hop, you could almost kind of learn English. You could almost you could have bad English and speak hip hop and get a nice job because hip hop is a universal language. Just the music, just the style, just the slang. It's a universal language that's connected to AAVE. So when you hear immigrants, come in and say they learned English from watching Martin, or learned English from music or hip hop, whatever. They learned like a broken, easier version of English that's acceptable, right? It's not the King's English, but it's African American vernacular English that could also be used in the context of American linguistics, right? So, by nature, hip hop made it easier to communicate in American society, right? But these two black men, when they came out of jail, you people said y'all loved them. You people said, y'all said freedom. You people said, we need them. You people said, these are our heroes. But yet, Bobby Shmurda's home and 6ix9ine is getting more hits and views than Bobby, but 6ix9ine snitch. You understand? And I think this is why Bobby Shmurda's out here trying to live his best life. This is why Bobby Shmurda's out here, having his way with these snow bunnies. Because he's tired of black America. He see through the facade. He see the colorism. He said, yo, y'all niggas out here showing love to a rat. And y'all talking about the way I'm dancing? This what we doing? Y'all showing love to a rat, but y'all talking about how I'm dancing. Come on, man. And listen, I'm on Bobby's side. I'm on Bobby's side with that one right there. I'm not even going to lie to y'all. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm not going to kick it. I'm not going to kick it in the wrong way. Like, Like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. You feel me? Because this conversation, this conversation is long overdue. Long overdue. You know what I mean? You people, you people, y'all ask for things. Y'all ask for things that y'all know for sure. Y'all, I'm not gonna say y'all don't want, but y'all know for sure that it's gonna be met with a lot of contempt and disdain because his skin is dark. And that's that programming I gotta get out of, man. It's a lot of y'all that got this programming in your head, man, and we are here to decode that matrix in your mind. Like, that's what I'm dedicating all my time to. Decoding that matrix in your mind. Like, if I'm gonna penetrate that motherfucker. That's what this page is about. That's all this YouTube shit is about. Fleas this, fleas that's Black Renaissance podcast. Like, we decoding that matrix in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Cause y'all not lost no more. You feel me? Y'all in the forest. Like, we all in the forest. We all in the North American wilderness. We all in the forest. The wilderness of North America, right? That's the forest, right? The proverbial forest, the wilderness of North America. So before 2019, 2018, before the woke explosion and all that, y'all was lost. We was all lost. Now we all in the forest, which is why I'm writing. I wrote Stokey Maroon City Detective, and you guys could actually go and purchase or back my project, right? You guys could back this comic book. It will be out Juneteenth. The comic book's already done. We have a lot of artwork from the comic book. And for the most part, this is Stokey Maroon City Detective. Stokey is a story set in the Maroon City with the first FBA 8L superhero in American comics. He fights with style and his music on loud. You feel me? Great drawings. These are CVs, aka culture vultures. You know what I mean? As you can see, they all creepy and they skinny and shit like that with these long beaks. All they do is eat brains. And he's trying to find the a young black boy, man. Stokey Mason Dixon Carmichael, man. You feel me? So this what we doing here, man. You feel me? Like, so if y'all want, support a real nigga. And yeah, man, go to Kickstarter, type in Stokey in the search bar, and yeah, I'm gonna come up. You know what I'm saying? So let's get it. I got 24 days left. We 12% funded. Support black business. But let's get back to the shits, right? So you know, with Meek Mill, he went to jail. He comes out. We was all we was all campaigning for Meek Mill to come out of jail. We was all campaigning for Bobby Shmurda to come out of jail. They come out of jail, and see, if they got back on their ignorant shit, in and out the system, white society would have praised them. White society would have been praising them folks had they had they went to jail and came out and kept doing the same thing. But since they changed, since they not getting in trouble, right? Since they staying out the way, that's not what the dominant society like. And the dominant society programs, the dominant society programs the lesser folk. That's what I'm gonna start calling the low vibrational black people, the lesser folk. You feel me? So white society programs the lesser folk, right? The hood rats, the thoughts, the hoes, the ignorant gangbangers, not the smart ones, the drops, the ignorant ones. And they program the lesser folk to troll these black men because it's a dog whistle to the other young black boys that's in school, right? The foundational black American black boys that's in school, who's trying to change their life right now, who's trying not to become another statistic, another crime figure, or whatever the case may be. But America needs that black criminal element to thrive, because that's a part of the American propaganda. The black criminal element. So America will either create crime or incentivize dark-skinned people, or all black people in particular, but America really wants dark-skinned people to commit these crimes so that they could criminalize your skin complexion again, as they did before. They want to criminalize your skin complexion. But brothers like Bobby Shmurda and Meek Mill, it's fucking them up. They fucking them up. They fucking up the agenda. You see, Meek Mill was not supposed to get it right. Bobby Shmurda was not supposed to get it right. They were supposed to come out on some Gucci Man shit and be stupid. But if you can even see with Gucci Man, when he came out and started doing the right thing, they said it was a Gucci Man clone. You see, every time a dark-skinned brother start doing the right thing, he's either a clone, he's fake, he's phony, he's a clown, he's done fell off, whatever. But let him do some gangster, wild, ignorant shit. But a person like Drake could be smiles, giggles, donation, and don't nothing ever stick. Because the name of the game is criminalize dark skin, incentivize the mulatto, clearly European. Not to say clearly 100% European, but clearly has some type of European blood. Even though that blood was taken by a form of rape. Your ancestors was used, abused, conquered. You're a victim. Mulatto should be looked at, genetically as somewhat inferior to the melanin dark skin complexion, because at least when you're dark skinned, you may come from the ancestry in which your family was not raped and genetically taken advantage of. You see, America's trying to spin that aspect. But let's see what Jamali's asking. Okay, let me ask, bro. On the plantation, most of our people was treated the buck broken like heroes once they returned from being punished, whipped, or placed in solitary confinement. This is where that comes from. You're gonna have to be a little bit more clearer with your question, Jamali, but I'm gonna try to answer it as best as I could, based on how you kind of presented it. So you say in the plantation, our people were treated. Most of our people were treated like heroes. But all right, so basically, what Jamali's trying to say is this: in the plantation, when people with antebellum slavery, there was a thing called buck breaking, in which the slave master would rape, beat, and abuse, but for the most part emasculate black men, so that the women, and the kids would be afraid of the slave master, and to also break that masculinity, that alpha male will of the African man, right? Because when you sodomize a man, you take full control of that man's soul. I repeat, when you sodomize a man, you take full control of that man's soul, which means that all the ritualistic broomstick anal entry stuff that goes on in fraternities, there's a reason for that, right? And I don't want to digress. But Jamali states, they were treated like heroes when they returned after being punished, right? Now, I'm not gonna say they were treated like heroes because I don't have any source to confirm that statement. But what I will say is black sisters have this have a need to coddle black men after intense or traumatic situations. And that may have been what took place in those back in those days, where after a man was sodomized and broken down to the lowest fraction of who he is, maybe, just maybe, the sisters wanted to comfort him in those times of need. But we ain't comforting these motherfucking buck broken motherfuckers. Fuck that. It's 2022, nigga. You buck broken by choice. But I don't think that Bobby Shmurda's buck broken, and this is what this is the point I'm trying to make here, right? I don't think Bobby Shmurda's buck broken. I think that the media, the media, the media has programmed us against Bobby Shmurda, right? And this is Bobby Shmurda's way of fighting back against the black community, because he don't really know how to articulate himself in the proper way to really vent how he feels. He sat in jail and everybody said free Bobby Shmurda, free Bobby Shmurda, right? Everybody said free GS9. When you come out, do the right thing, do the right thing, do the right thing. He comes out, he does the right thing, right? He never snitched on nobody, but even when he comes out, he's not on some cornball clown shit. He's not into starting no problems and nothing like that. He's just trying to, find his own little gimmick to sell albums, because nevertheless, that is the goal right now, right? Like he's a rap artist, right? So his job is to sell music. In order to sell that music, you have to market and promote that music, right? Now, most of these other labels use Death and Destruction, or in 2022, Drill, right? Like I said, I'm gonna speak about Interstreet Recordings on my next podcast, episode 43. Shout out to Spotify, right? We're gonna get into Interstreet Recordings, the pimp of drill music, Tuesday 6 p.m. I believe that's May 10th. Spotify 6 p.m. We're gonna get into Interstreet Recordings, the pimp of drill music. If you want to, you could type that shit in right now, and your motherfucking matter of fact. Hold on, man. Hold on. Let me stop playing with these niggas, man. Let me stop playing with them. Man, because I'm here. Like, Fleezus is here now, nigga. We here. You know what I mean? Like, comment, subscribe, man. Like, if y'all want this real shit, man, like, I don't need y'all money. I don't need none of that. I want y'all to make money. I want y'all to be better. You feel me? Like, we gonna all grow together. Why? Because if y'all make more money, then y'all can spend more money. And if y'all can spend more money, then there's more money in the black community. And if there's more money in the black community, we can all grow. I'm not these poverty pimps out here that's kicking y'all while y'all down and laughing at y'all behind the scenes. We don't do that. See this? ND. You feel me? Like, we not on that. But anyway, let's What is Interstreet? Now, Interstreet, these poverty, this motherfucking pimper drill music right here. Industry helps musicians get their music into YouTube Content ID. Content ID is an automated technology from YouTube that scans the audio of every YouTube video and detects matches against a database of audio that has been submitted by content owners. Content ID helps the owner get paid when other people upload videos containing their music to YouTube, right? Content ID helps the owner get paid when other people upload videos containing their music to YouTube, right? So if Interstreet Recordings, right, is basically supposed to be the people that's in charge of paying the right copyright owner, right? So if I make a song called Dave Drill, Dave Drill, right? DDD, Dave Drill, and I record that song in my home and I upload it to YouTube, right? And you say, "Oh, I like this song. I'm gonna do a reaction video to that song." But I have 1 million followers. I have 1 million subscribers on YouTube, right? My name is Jonathan Hillbilly, but I'm gonna do a Jonathan Hillbilly reaction video to DDD, Dave Drill, right? I have at my account is monetized, so when I do the reaction video, right, I get my little PC. It sends the copyright claim to. It's supposed to send it to the copyright owner, right? So me as John Hillbilly, I say, okay, my content claim came through. This person manually, reviewed or whatever. He's probably gonna see some of the advertisement money, or maybe I can't even monetize the project. He's gonna see all of the advertisement money, right? Dave Drill. But I want to support black people. I want to support black people, so I'm going to do this reaction video, get this man more views and stuff like that. So hopefully Dave Drill could sustain a career, right? That would be how it would go in a legit world. Now, just so y'all know, you feel me? Like it's real over here, right? So Leo Cohen went over to YouTube Music and devised a master plan. A master plan. And listen, I'm not here all that other weird scary shit. I just want creators to get paid and compensated correctly, because the more disposable income that we have, the better we can make America, the better we can make our economy, and we can fix a lot of these problems. You see, it's a lot of these dirty business, corrupt business practices that's leading America to shit. It's not the government. It's these corrupt business practices that's leading our nation into shit. So we have to, unfortunately, no pun intended, even though Donald Trump's a cool dude, we have to clear the swamp. You know what I mean? So back to DDD, Dave Drill. If John Hillbilly puts up a reaction video and it gets 100,000 views and it says the content claim came on his video, and now all of the advertisement money will go to DDD, Dave Drill. But guess what? Dave Drill just made this song in my room. I just uploaded it to YouTube. I don't have a publishing company. I don't have any copyright. I don't have $350 to go and make an LLC. I don't have $100, $200 to trademark my name. I'm just a ghetto hood nigga with a motherfucking microphone or an iPhone, right? This is why they put these high quality microphones in your devices. This is why they put these high quality cameras in your devices, so that you would think that the content you're creating is so bullshit. But they're giving you the Hollywood camera to go and create the content that's going to drive the entertainment industry of America. Everybody's cell phone that they have is almost Hollywood quality camera, and this content that you upload into these servers used to cost Hollywood millions upon millions of dollars to acquire. But now they get it for free. And now Leo Cohen said instead of taking these rival situations, right? You seen what Hollywood did, right? With ridiculousness, with Rob Durgic, right? With Snoop Dogg, right? Which is why we see Snoop Dogg, coming out and doing these type of shows. Now we see Snoop Dogg doing
someone ratting out a relative. Here's the winner of the Tekashi 6ix9ine Memorial Snitch Award, talking about a string of house fires.
It's a suspicious fire, and there's a person of interest that they're currently looking for.
What happened?
Yeah, so Tekashi was
chill. Snoop Dogg, let's get to you. Let's get to you real quick, big homie. Everybody can see Snoop Dogg's paperwork, but nobody want to talk about it.
How do you feel about 6ix9ine calling Snoop Dogg a snitch?
He did snitch.
exactly right. So with that being said, and listen, man, anybody in the West could get it at this point. Y'all let whack run all wild. I ain't got no respect for nobody in the West right now. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy. I don't want to make a situation hot, but shout out to my guy from Instagram too. You know what I mean? It's all love to you and my other couple West Coast dudes, which I know what it is. You know what I'm saying? As far as whack 100 and there's a lot going on. But anyway, industry recording. So DDD, Dave Drill. I don't have publishing. I don't have none of these things, right? John Hillbilly's reaction video got 100,000 views, but he's not getting paid from that reaction video because due to the copyright system, they said that the content ID goes to Fleet, right? DD Drills. But DD Drills is not monetized because he's not throwing in the algorithm, right? DD Drills don't have a publishing company, right? DD Drills don't have a record label. So guess what? Guess what all that money's going to? Exactly. Guess where all that money's going to? You guessed it, people. Interstreet Recordings. You see, these motherfuckers, man, they play a good motherfucking game, man. And they keep us bickering and arguing so that we don't see who's the real pimp, who's the real culprit, how we can really find solutions. They keep, and every time, let me tell you something, let me tell you a little secret about, the dominant society, right? They control our women. They control black women. Let me just tell you that secret right now. The dominant society controls black women. Control 800%. 800%. Even all of the sisters that ride for us, the revolutionaries, this and the third, they may be 25% revolutionary, but there's still a 75% faction, that is controlled by the dominant society. The level of fear that these oppressors put into these girls' hearts, the level of destruction and sabotage that's ingrained into the blood of these women. It's gonna take us decades as black men to take that programming out of our queens. But hey, if you controlled by white supremacy, that's cool. We can still be cool. I ain't got nothing against it. When I step out of here, when I step out of my kingdom and I step into the real world, I gotta play by the real world's rules. I'm just a black man, the bottom of the totem pole in society, right? I'm fighting the culture war so that the next generation could be higher on the totem pole. It's not about me. So I understand. But at the same time, I know not to place so much of a revolutionary burden upon my sisters, because that's not their place. The programming is too deep. They bear our kids. That fear. And that's why, the white man focuses on putting so much fear into the black woman, right? With shows with porno like Ghetto Gaggers and all these hardcore, because, through that art, they're penetrating your soul. Art penetrates the soul. You see, I'm telling you, man, we gonna really get deep. Like this summer, 2022, Black Renaissance Podcast. You know what I'm saying? It's the second year. We're gonna be doing this for a whole another 8 more years. I'm trying to get at least 10 years in media. Well, I am gonna get 10 years in media, 10 years in comic books, you know what I'm saying? And then I'll probably, go on to different ventures or whatever. But for sure, what we gonna do here, number one, we're gonna deprogram all that white supremacy bullshit out your mind. That's number one. You're gonna truly be B1. I don't care if you American, African American, African, Jamaican, Puerto Rican, Caribbean, whatever. When a year after listening to this channel right here, you're gonna be B1 and you're gonna be deprogrammed. That's number one. You and your parents might not be on good terms. You and your cousins might not be cool no more. But one thing for sure, you're gonna have the free mind. And when you have that free mind, people gonna hate you, people gonna despise you. You're not gonna have a lot of friends because those friends are programmed by the Matrix. You're gonna look at the world differently. Sometimes you're gonna feel like you're crazy. But when you come to this motherfucking chat session right here, when we all log in and put all our minds together in the metaverse of the fucking internet, when that light go blue, and I'm speaking to my Malloy men and women, my Renaissance men and women, just know that we gonna accomplish these motherfucking goals. Number two, this channel is gonna get you economic freedom. Not by selling you some packages, not by selling you some programs, not by selling you courses and this, that, and the third. Free information. Free information. If I could help you, you could help me. You see, a lot of these people get on YouTube and they never been bosses. They never been pillars of their community. They're not the Prince of the South Bronx. A city with 1.5 million people, a borough with like over 1 million people. They not even nobody in their small ass town. You know what I'm saying? They never been in any real positions of leadership to guide people in the right direction. Yes, some people are sheep, but I've seen many sheep grow to become goats. Page 11 of my comic book. That's why I have a image of a sheep kind of turn into a goat. And if you get Sogi Maroon City Detective, you will see what I'm talking about. Because it's okay to follow. It's okay to be an employee. As long as your mind is free. You understand? As long as, and when I say your mind is free, I mean deprogrammed from the Matrix 100%. I mean, there is no racism in you. I mean, there is no prejudice in you. I mean, there is no stereotypes in you. I mean, you are B1. And if you white, then you are W1 or whatever the case may be. It is what it is. I don't expect you to be B1 if you white. But at least be a true ally in the sense of the word. You know what I'm saying? And really try to help black people when you see them, in a bad situation. You know what I mean? If you have an extra $2-3 that you could donate to a sister selling weave or something like that. You don't need to buy a weave. Donate $3 so she could buy a stamp. You know what I mean? We have to start looking at the bigger picture. Because all this bickering and fighting and shit like that is keeping Earth at a lower level. Imagine how far Earth would get if it wasn't so much wars and it was like as much collaborations as it was wars. Imagine a million Africans collaborating with a million Romans. What type of super grand technology would have came out of that? But we got to start small. And right now, since so many other societies abandoned us, FBA people, we got to start with the 300. We got to start with our tribe. And me personally, I'm starting with my tribe. I mean, I am FBA, but starting with my tribe, Malloy, right? MLOI.org. The mystery school, so that we could bring together a certain amount, a small amount of people and start moving forward, right? It's a process. It's a process. This ain't gonna be done in a day. But like I said, subscribing to this channel is gonna free your mind. It's gonna get you economic freedom. And number motherfucking three, is gonna get you some motherfucking pussy like that man Bobby. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, you know, freeing your mind, fattening up your wallets, the main purpose of all that is to have some fun with a nice, beautiful melanin queen. That's the purpose. To have some fun with a nice, beautiful melanin queen. That's why we do this for. You feel me? Not to, smoke a lot of drugs and shit like that or whatever the case may be. We want to try to inspire healthy ways of living with our queen. But yeah, Meek Mill, in closing, Meek Mill and Bobby Shmurda is experiencing colorism in hip hop. And now that I stated that fact, when you see people coming at Meek Mill and Bobby Shmurda, ask yourself this, right? Are they trying to violate them? Are they trying to violate them because they got dark skin? Right? Or are they trying to violate them because of the activity that they committed at that very moment? Right? But if it's for the activity that they committed at that very moment, let's see if they get praise for the good activities. Because one man can always do bad shit, right? Even a broken clock is right 2 times a day. So if these black men don't get absolutely no praise for nothing, then we know that it's colorism at play. And they want to keep the dark-skinned black man at the bottom of the totem pole because stuff like this trickles down into high school. You understand? When kids from high school get on site and see all these jokes about Bobby Shmurda, they see all these jokes about Meek Mill and stuff like that, they internalize it. Some dark-skinned kids vicariously live through a Meek Mill or Bobby Shmurda. They see themselves in these people. So when they see the internet tearing them down, tearing down the Bobby Shmurda or Meek Mill, it justifies the bullying that dark-skinned child may be receiving in school. He may say, damn, this is going to be my life all the way through. Meek Mill's 30 years old and he's still getting bullied online by people. Bobby Shmurda, 30 years old, he's still getting bullied online by people. I'm 15, 14, I'm going through all this bullying in high school. It's never going to stop. I might as well end my life right here. And this is why suicide rates is going up. You see, they don't want to really tell you about the real problem. They want to try to gas and manipulate y'all and send y'all over here. Nah, we gonna get to that real shit, man. But y'all already know, man. It's motherfucking Fleavelli, the most wise, man. You know what I'm saying? 40 to the motherfucking family, man. OY to the motherfucking G's, man. And B1 to the motherfucking, you know, soldiers. Stay black, bold, and beautiful, man. See y'all on the next one, man. Be back a little bit later on, I think. You know what? Comment what next videos I want me to do and shit like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see the motherfucking Instagram right here, man. Write me on Instagram. Let me know what videos y'all want me to do, man. Let's get into it, man. You feel me? We here. You know what I'm saying? B1 for real, for real. FBA all motherfucking day. For real, nigga. Panhandling strikes back. Don't want no problems, nigga. No problems, nigga. That nigga ran from the smoke when I pulled up in his room for that debate, nigga. Panhandling ass, nigga. Fuck out of here, nigga. You Subway sandwich eating Big Mac in the face. Oh, fucking